Good morning, children. Today we have to learn the new topic, Chapter 12, Introduction to 3D Geometry. Suppose we have to locate a point in a plane, then what we do? Suppose the point P is P2, 3. How to locate this point in plane? So for that we need x-axis and y-axis, isn't it? X-axis, y-axis. Here it is the origin. Then 2 units you have to take in x-axis and 3 in y-axis. Then draw perpendiculars. They will meet at the point. That point is 2, 3. But in actual life we have to deal with points in space. For example, what is the position of a ball thrown in space at different times? Or what is the location of an aeroplane from one place to another during its flight? Or what is the position of the tip of a ceiling fan in this room? So for that we need one more measure. That is, look this rectangle. It is a 2D figure. It has only length and breadth. But this figure is 3D figure. It is a cuboid. For this cuboid we have length. This one is length, then breadth, then what else? It has height also. So a point in space has 3 coordinates. Not only x and y coordinates, z coordinate also. So look here. This is normally that xy plane. This is a 2D. In xy plane, x-axis, y-axis, this is known as xy plane. Now look this figure. Here we have not only x and y axis, z axis also, and this is the xy plane in 3D. Now other than xy plane we have yz and xz plane. This is the yz plane and this is the xz plane. Okay. So now you look here. Coordinate axis and coordinate planes. So coordinate axis and coordinate planes means take 3 planes. Plane means it's a flat surface. So here red color, green color and yellow color. 3 planes are there. One is xy plane, that is red color is xy plane, green is yz plane and yellow is xz plane. So these 3 planes intersect at the point that is known as origin, that is this central point. These 3 planes intersect at O. Then these 3 are mutually perpendicular also. Okay, and these planes intersecting along the lines x, O, x dash. Okay, look this figure. X, O, x dash, then y, O, y dash, and z, O, z dash. And we have 3 planes. This one is xy plane, the other one is yz plane and xz plane. These 3 planes intersecting. How intersect? They are mutually perpendicular. They intersect at the point O. So these are known as coordinate axis. Coordinate axis. That is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. And the plane, which are the plane? XOY, that is known as xy plane. Then YOZ, that is YZ plane, and XOZ or XZ plane, that are known as coordinate planes. Coordinate planes. Now, when they intersect, that is xy plane and yz plane, then xz plane. If these 3 intersect, they divide the space into 8 equal parts. X and y axis, that divides the plane into 4 equal parts. Each one is known as quadrant. Here 3 planes, xy, yz and xz planes, divide the space into 8 parts. Each part is known as octave. octant. Each part is known as octant. So how to name the octant and what is the sign? For first quadrant x and y positive, second is like that, we know that. So the same way in octant also. So look here, octants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what about the first octant? Look, this line, that is that red color, that horizontal line represents x-axis, and this green, that line represents y-axis, and this yellow z-axis. So the first octant is this. In the first octant, x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate positive. And the name of the octant, look the name of the octant, x, o, y, z. X, o, y, z. In the first octant, all coordinates are positive. That is this one. Now the second one. Second one means this is the origin, right side of x-axis, here left side. So left side of x-axis, it is denoted as x dash. So for x dash, x coordinate will be negative. So here second octant, that is x coordinate negative, y is the same one. So y is positive, z upward direction is positive. So y positive and z positive. Okay. Now the third one. So this is first one, second one, now third one. Third one, z. Z is the upward, z is positive, x left side. So x is negative and y, this direction is positive, here negative. So x and y negative, y positive. Look at the name, x dash o y dash z. So x dash means x negative, y negative, z positive. So first one, second one, third one, now fourth one. What is the name of fourth one? Fourth one, x positive, but y is negative, z is positive. So x, o, y dash z, x positive, z positive, y negative. Clear? So first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Now we have four more. That is fifth one is under this first one. This is the fifth one. Fifth one, sixth one, then seventh one and eighth one. So in that you have to change this z to z dash. In the first four octants, z is positive. So in the next four octants, it is downward, that is z is negative. So the same way, the first one x, o, y, z. So fifth one is x, o, y, z dash. So z is negative, x and y positive. Now sixth one, x dash o, y, z. So here x dash o, y, z dash. X negative, z negative, y positive. Now the third one, x dash o, y dash z. So seventh one is x dash o, y dash z dash. All are negative. Now eighth one, x o, y dash z. Here x o, y dash z dash. Y and z negative, x positive. Okay. So understood this? So in space, when xy plane, xy, yz and xz planes intersect each other at the origin, these three planes are mutually perpendicular to each other and they divide the space into 8 parts. Each part is known as octant. So you have to learn the name of the octant and what about the sign of x, y and z coordinates in each octant. That is important. So first octant, the name of the first octant is x, o, y, z. All are positive. In the second octant, x is negative, but y is positive, z is positive. In third octant, x and y negative, z positive. Fourth octant, x positive, but y is negative. Okay. Then next four, you can write, looking these, put z dash and write the sign of the coordinates. Okay. Now look here. We know that on x-axis, any point on x-axis is of the form x comma 0, isn't it? And any point on the y-axis, first coordinate 0, then y coordinate. The same way for x, y, z axis. Here we are saying talking about what? Points in space. So 3 coordinates are there. So x-axis, how we write a point on x-axis? Only x coordinates there, the other 2 coordinates are 0. Now any point on y-axis, that is of the form 0, y, 0. Any point on z-axis, 0, 0, z. Okay. Now xy plane. Here look, this red color indicates xy plane. So if a point is here, that is in space here, then for that point we have 3 coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate. But if a point in this plane, that is xy plane here, then in xy plane only x and y coordinate there. So z coordinate 0. So in xy plane, how we write a point? X comma y comma 0. Now what about yz plane? YZ plane is the green colored plane. It is a surface. So it is like 2D. So there are only 2 coordinates, the other coordinate will be 0. So YZ means x coordinate 0, y and z are there. Now any point on ZX plane, that is x coordinate is there, but y is 0 and z coordinate. Okay. So any point on x-axis is of the form x 0 0, y-axis 0 y 0, z-axis 0 0 z. Any point on xy plane is x y 0, yz plane is 0 y comma z, and xz plane x comma 0 comma z. So this all you have to learn. Now how to mark a point in space, or how to find the coordinates of a point in space. So let P be a given point. Okay. So one point, suppose one point is here. How to identify, how to find the coordinates of that point? So for that what we do is draw perpendicular from this point, draw perpendicular to xy plane. So wherever is the point, this is the point in space, not in YZ plane. I can draw only like this. It is 2D, that's why only. This point is in space. So from that point, draw perpendicular to XY plane. Okay. Then from there, so this is XY plane. It will meet at some point in that plane. Okay. Then from there, draw perpendicular to x-axis. Okay. Now, what is this much distance? Let it be Q and R. Suppose this distance is x. That is from the origin to this meeting point, to this R. If that distance is x, then x coordinate of P is x. And how to find y coordinate? This RQ. What is RQ? What is the length of RQ? That is the y coordinate of P. And z coordinate. How much is this length PQ? This is parallel to z axis. How much is that? That gives z coordinate. So understood? If a point is given, a point P is in space, then how to find its coordinate? So first you have to draw perpendicular to xy plane. Then from there, draw perpendicular to x-axis that intersect x-axis at R. If OR is x, then x coordinate of P is x. If it is 5 units, you have to write x as 5. Then what is the length of RQ? RQ is parallel to y-axis. So we get that value. If y is 4, here you have to write 4. Then PQ. PQ is parallel to z axis. How much is that measure? That gives z coordinate. Okay. So any point in space, we can find its coordinate x, y, z coordinate. Conversely, if x, y, z is given, for example 2, 3, 5, it represents a point in space, then where is that point? How to identify that point? So from the origin, take 2 units. Here it is positive. If it is minus 2, you have to take the opposite direction. Here x, the opposite is negative sign. Okay. So from origin to this direction, take 2 units. If this first number is negative 2. If it is positive 2, the same way you have to take 2 units here. Then 3 units. In xy plane, take 3 units. Then z coordinate, take 5 units. Then where it ends, that is the point, this point 2, 3, 5. Okay. So I hope all of you understood. Once again, in space, every point in space has 3 coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. Then we have coordinate axis, means 3 axes, that is x, o, x dash, that is x axis, then y, o, y dash, y axis, z, o, z dash, that is z axis. Then we have 3 planes that are known as coordinate plane. One is x, y plane, the other one is y, z plane, and the third one is x, z plane. If these planes, you can look here, if these planes intersect at origin, these are mutually perpendicular, always perpendicular. These axes also perpendicular. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. So they divide space into 8 parts. Each part is known as octant. Okay. So the first octant, what is the name of the first octant? X, O, Y, Z. X, Y, Z coordinates positive. The second octant, x is negative but y and z positive. Third octant, x and y negative, z positive. Fourth octant, x positive, y negative, z positive. Then 4 more, that z place you have to change to z dash. Corresponding z coordinate will be negative. Okay. Then this you have to keep in your mind. Any point on x axis is the form x 0 0, y axis 0 y 0, z axis 0 0 z, and any point on xy plane is xy 0, yz plane is 0 yz, xz plane is x 0 z. Then how to locate a point in space? So from the point you have to draw perpendicular to xy plane. From there draw perpendicular to x axis. Then find the measure OR, RQ and PQ. So P is the value, X, Y, Z. Okay. So you have to do exercise 12.1.